Good morning, YouTube. It is a rainy day here today. It's cloudy. It's raining right now. So I'm kind of under a nice little under the cover of these trees here so I don't get wet. But it might soon it might soon start poking through the leaves there, and that might ruin my little strategy. So I'll have to make this video quick. So I just wanted to give a quick update. First of all, I did do a PowerPoint on some pictures I had, just a few of them. I didn't have as many as I thought I did in July, but that PowerPoint is up on my website on that same blog post. So I have June and July. I don't think I have enough to do a whole PowerPoint for August, so I might just post individual pictures or video for that. And then I'm working on September, although for this entire week it's been very cloudy and rainy. So it's been kind of difficult. It's just been thick clouds, white clouds. Like there's no sky is visible no blue sky is visible in the sky over Kansas City. It hasn't been for like the last couple of days. So that just kind of also makes you wonder what's going on up there. You know, if anybody knows anything about HAARP up in Alaska, the weather station, and like all these organizations that are kind of shady anyways, and you got to wonder what they're doing. And then some of these clouds that just look so fake and they just look really close to the ground, you just got to wonder what's going on. Something's going on. And I often think that they're creating all these clouds. I mean, that's not that crazy. Do some research on it. It's not that hard to make a cloud. Anybody can do it in a science lab. They're just doing it on a grand scale, and I think they're doing it to cover up this other planetary system that is in our solar system. They don't want us to see it, even though there's so much evidence. If you just look at the pictures that I've linked to on my last video to Universal News Media, those are pictures from the FFA weather station up in Alaska. And you can clearly see all of these other orbs in the sky. And, you know, I don't know. You can't see them with your naked eye. You have to use a camera. So I just suggest people just start pointing your cell phones up to the sky and taking pictures, and just see what you see. Take some video. See what you can see. Anyways, the video today I wanted to talk about, I've been watching the hearing proceedings for Kavanaugh here recently, and the little circus that the Democrats, you know, Cory Booker and Kamala Harris and all of these pathetic humans, I swear. Like I don't know how I ever was, you know, supporting them. You know, and then when this guy, Cory Booker and Kamala Harris and all of them, when they started becoming prominent names back a couple years ago, when I was still like a Bernie supporter, even then they look shady to me. And that's kind of also what, you know, all these Democrats that are claiming to do, you know, work for us, they're shady as hell. I mean, if people cannot see that, if you Democrats over there on the left cannot see that, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, you just need to open your eyes and wake up to all the lies. I mean, there's just so many lies that are coming from them, and then just so many lies in general from the media and from society, and just from voices of authority. I mean, that's where it comes from. It comes from these voices of authority that expect not to be challenged. And so I kind of want to share something about like an experience that kind of opened my eyes to this reality, and that's why I am as discerning now as I am, because I used to hold the theory of evolution as like the highest, like as the standard of what a theory and what evidence and you know, like a claim and evidence to support that claim should look like. That to me was the standard, because I believe, because again, I was getting all this information from voices of authority, I believe that the theory of evolution was solid, was rock solid, that they were providing, that they were not withholding anything. First of all, that was very naive. They're withholding like 99% of our, you know, of relevant facts or information that they don't even know about. 99% of our DNA, they classify it as junk DNA that they don't even look at, because they don't know what it is, they don't know where it came from, so they just don't even look at it. And that's the problem with the theory of evolution. They focus on only on similarities, only on things that, like, I mean, obviously, because they don't know what the other stuff is, but they only focus on the DNA, from the Genome Project that they have, been able to identify. And what they can't identify, they don't even look at it. So that could account for 99% of differences between species, but they don't even talk about that. They don't, or you might just read like a quick sentence or something in an article or something about it, how, oh yeah, by the way, there's all this other DNA that we don't know what it is or where it came from. We don't know anything about it, but we're not going to look at it because we don't know what it is. We're just going to focus on what we do know what it is, and from that 1%, they conjecture, I guess, that, oh yeah, we came from apes and this makes sense. And now I'm seeing that it does not make sense at all. It does not. They're always claiming that there's a missing link out there. According to Lloyd Pye, there better be like 40,000, I think he said, some crazy number. There better be 40,000 missing links to account for the huge leap we made from caveman to civilization back 6,000 years ago with the Sumerians. We kind of just walked out of the cave with our stone tools and our big Neanderthal, looking forehead, and just went straight to civilization, just like that. And, according to not just Lloyd Pye, but a lot of other, reputable, researchers and scientists, yeah, it's more than one missing link. So evolution can't account for that. They're just trying to create this nice little unified theory. Oh wow, it's really starting to rain now. And they're only focusing on the things that they can identify. They're not even really talking about the 99% that they can't identify, which could could explain a lot. And there's just so many other things. But anyways, the point being that I held the theory of evolution to this high standard, and now I'm seeing that it's not what I thought it was. It's full of holes. There's lots of information being withheld, and it's just creating this false narrative that everyone is expected to just believe because it's coming from a voice of authority. And when it's questioned, the person questioning it is looked upon as, ridiculous or something. I mean, you guys have to open your eyes to that. Like, that does not, that should be a red flag right there. There are other stuff, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world that is just ignored because it's just immediately classified as ridiculous and nonsense. And anyways, so the whole circus with the Kavanaugh hearings and the Democrats, it just shows me how weak their argument really is. They don't have an argument, first of all. They're just whiny little crybabies, and they're trying to make this show for liberals and people still on the left that are still buying their bullshit. Like, they're still like, I don't know how they can like look at Cory Booker and hold him as like some kind of a hero that's fighting against racism. Like, everything goes back to this non-issue, which they try to make an issue. They make it an issue because they know it's an issue that they can control the narrative of, and they try to control the outcome of them creating this problem and then offering the solutions to that exact same problem. Now that more people are like noticing that that's what's going on and they're being questioned about it, they're just resorting to some kind of weird tactics that I don't see how it's going to work out for them. I don't think it's going to work out for them at all. But anyways, that's kind of my video for today. I hope it's kind of clear how those two things relate. Maybe it's not. And maybe I'll need to make another video about it. But thanks to all my subscribers for watching. Thanks for sharing and liking, and I'll keep posting.